How about now? Can you hear me? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so really quickly, I went back to playing Karen briefly because we had talked last time about wanting to see that one mission with a Klingon. So I got her up to that mission. Fortunately, she was already fairly far along in the game because I've been leveling her because I want all my characters to have access to the Admiralty system to generate more energy credits so that I can eventually get super expensive energy credit costing things. I have not purchased any Klingon ships ever. So she's using the Romulan ship, the same one I'm using on the other character. And she has a crew of fellow magical girls. This tactical officer of unspecified species, Lita, who was the only other way I could get a purple quality female tactical officer without spending money. Or actually a fourth one at all. Mythopoeia is a Soong-type android. And Sharon is what Klingon players get. I mean, I may change the name and did cosmetic changes, but it's what Klingon players get as their EMH 2.0 instead of Bashir like I have on the other character. They've leveled a bunch. Their new ship is the McGann Moors. And I don't have very good equipment for this character. But they should be good to do this mission, I hope. I don't know why I left the system. That was completely unnecessary. What I want is the mission.
Odo's found something intriguing in the Masan system. Something the Founders want no one to know about, even one of their own. That certainly piques my curiosity. I'll meet you in the Masan system. Odo wants to travel incognito this time. I trust you'll be able to deliver him and that surly Jem'Hadar bodyguard of his to the Masan system intact. One more thing. I've taken the liberty of informing Captain Kira, and she'll be joining us as well. After the Karema incident, she's taken a personal interest in high-level Dominion activity, particularly where Ambassador Odo is involved.
Okay.
Be seeing you.
So let's do this. Hopefully they did make some things different for it. I mean, given the amount of we're doing renewed focus on the Klingons they've been doing in the last year and a half or so, which is the time period in which they added this mission, I really hope they paid some attention to the Klingons for it. I doubt it'll be like whole other lines of dialogue from voice actors, but we may have different responses that will hopefully be interesting. And you never know, sometimes they have put in differences to that degree.
I only recently learned of the station here. It's very old and very well concealed, even from Vorta and Jem'Hadar. From what I can tell, the Founders studied alien life here, including the Herc. We may be able to recover useful tactical data on them from the station's computers.
But yeah, it's even... there's one mission in the Delta Quadrant arc that actually does have a voice-acted response change if you are playing a Borg character. Because you're a Borg character in the Delta Quadrant, it makes sense. So maybe we'll get something different. Were you expecting those Dominion ships out there?
No, and that concerns me. This is supposed to be an abandoned facility. Take us into comms range and open a hailing frequency. Let me do the talking. I should be able to make any Vorta or Jem'Hadar fall into line if things get difficult.
Agreed. Helm, take us in.
So far so good. They're not targeting us.
Entering the Dominion systems without authorization has become a bad habit of yours, one I have grown weary of. You've shown a singular talent for annihilating the Herc. I suggest you return to that before my patience with your insolence expires.
Noted. The Ambassador has something to add.
There's no need for this posturing, Founder. We're here on official business under my authority.
Odo, it seems to be a day for defiance and bad habits. You do not have the authority to grant access to this system. It is restricted to all but those of the highest level, a level you do not possess. Now then, I suggest you leave immediately.
We're not going anywhere, Founder.
Fire to disable. Odo must not be harmed.
Oops. Forgot to decloak. Oh my god.
Dominion forces, this is Counselor Garrick aboard the Tane. Cease hostilities. Consider that your first and only warning.
It really is gloriously passive-aggressive.
All ships, disengage!
You certainly know how to make my days more interesting. An ancient Dominion research facility, guarded by the leader of the Founders. A cloaked fleet pales in comparison, but it's the best I can add to the mix.
Glad you could make it, Garrick.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world. The fact that the Founder was willing to fire on one of her own speaks volumes on this station's worth. I look forward to discovering its secrets.
Since when does the Founder stand guard duty, Odo?
She doesn't. Let's find out what she's hiding.
We don't have a lot of time. We may have held off the Founder for now, but she'll be back, and she'll bring friends. Let's get down there and find what we came here for, before every Jem'Hadar in the Quadrant shows up.
I couldn't agree more, Captain. Why don't you and the Ambassador join the away team while I remain on guard with my fleet?
Thought you wanted to find some secrets, Garrick.
On any other day, I'd be the first to beam down. However, after the Karema incident, I believe
Garrick is always amazing.
the Ambassador
Garrick is awesome.
discover the truth of this station together.
Garrick is one of my favorite Star Trek
Called it
characters.
a trust-building exercise.
And Andrew Robinson is fantastic as him. That's diplomatic of you, Garrick.
Captain Kira makes a good point. Let's get this over with before it gets even more complicated than it already is.
Have you seen that meme that's been going around of someone saying they want a villain? They want a character who's queer-coded and villain-coded, but heroic. Like, everything about them says this character is gay and also this character is a villain, and yet they do heroic things. And somebody just replied with a picture of Garrick. Ah, there's the squad. Lita just refuses to wear a uniform.
Looks like the station's running on auxiliary power. We've got life support, basic lighting, not much else. If we're gonna get anything useful out of this relic, we'll need to get the main power back online.
Agreed.
Stay vigilant. We have no idea what to expect here.
Yes, he is,
Well done.
Fruitbat.
Main power is back online. We'll be able to access other systems, including the data core. Let's find an access console and see what's in there. Hopefully the data files aren't corrupted beyond repair.
In Ixridge, why are you surrounded by radioactive fleas? What did you do? Or what was done to you? Yeah, me too, Rabbit Cube. Very much me too.
This terminal is in poor shape. None of the files are accessible. Considering their age, I'm not terribly surprised. The Founders wouldn't keep a place like this here.
I mean, to be clear, I'm not talking about the kind of anti-hero that's an asshole, but on the good guy side.
That one over there looks
I'm talking about, like, what you're saying. Somebody who has the aesthetics that are used to code villainy, but is actually on the side of the good guys.
Research Report 4121.63, Dominion Reckoning. My fellow Founders, the Mesan Research Station is fully operational. As we continue to add worlds to our sphere of influence, our studies of xenobiology become more important. We must know all we can of both friend and foe. We need every advantage we can find if we are to achieve true dominion. Our premier project is underway. You'll recall the recently discovered race of tree dwellers, hunted as we once were. Genetic engineering of these solids has produced considerable results. Their intelligence has increased by a factor of 3 so far. We predict this species will be the first of many loyal servitors and vassals.
Interesting.
She's talking about the Vorta.
Well, yeah.
The date she gave was nearly 2,000 years ago, not long after the Dominion was founded. This facility's older than we thought. Much older.
Indeed.
Research Report 4653.15, Dominion Reckoning. Our scouts have discovered an interesting species of solids at the edge of the Dominion. They are a species of sentient insectoids that live primarily underground. We may not have detected them were it not for a thorough geological scan. Initial studies have revealed that these solids are based on germanium. I've attached bioscan data we collected on them for your review. I've dispatched a research unit to study these burrows further. They may be just what we need for the military initiative.
Alright, so far, dialogue's unchanged.
Insectoids. Germanium-based. She must be talking about the Herc. Judging by the date, the Founders made first contact with the Herc nearly 2,000 years ago.
Let's see if we can find more data.
Research Report, Dominion Date 7021.27. More data has arrived on the cadre species 484 designation, burrows. Their world's unusual orbital path has taken it out of the habitable zone. As a result, the burrows have retreated underground.
I mean, I do like the world building of, like, their planet has a really long and elliptical orbit, so they have long periods of hibernation as a way to science fictionalize the ancient evil that returns every 1,000 years to conquer the world. You know?
A smaller cervital race tends to the burrows. They also maintain their shared habitat and technology. I've instructed the field team to take advantage of their dormancy period, and they are now conducting aggressive studies.
Oh, excuse me.
In solids. My team initiated first contact protocols with the borrowers prior to their mass dormancy. They found them to be friendly and intelligent, if not willful. We've identified a common element in their food supply. Manipulation of this element may prove useful in subjugating them.
Intelligent? Friendly?
Unbelievable. It sounds like the Founders made first contact with the Herc in order to find a way to conquer them. It's like Quark says, the bigger the smile, the sharper the knife.
Let's keep searching.
Research Report 7903.01, Dominion Reckoning. Cadre Species 468, designation Jem'Hadar, is a massive success. They will be the strong arm of our Dominion, guided by our cunning, brilliant Vorta. The toil of these vassals will allow us to spend more time in the link with those we hold most dear.
She sounds so proud.
The birth of the Jem'Hadar, as seen through a Founder's eyes. Interesting. No mention of the Herc, however. Their designation number was lower than ours. They were our predecessors. Perhaps something went wrong? Something that led the Founders to reject and abandon them for a different species. Us.
Let's find out. But also, yes, obviously, duh. Nothing in here, is there? I've already been in here. And here. Here we go.
Research Report Dominion Date 8183.67. The Burrowers have emerged once again, and in a hostile state. They have taken to the stars, moving from sector to sector, attacking anyone that crosses their path. Their goal is not one of conquest, but of consumption. They leave nothing but dead worlds in their wake. Though we do not understand their newfound savagery, we have found a use for it. When the Burrowers set their sights on a world, we offer the inhabitants a choice. Those that submit to our Dominion rule are defended by the Jem'Hadar. Those that don't serve as an object lesson to others.
We've seen that tactic before.
So, the Founders have been using the Herc to manipulate others for some time now. Bend the knee to the Dominion, we'll stand back and let
That
them
is pretty
back
good
in
for
the
Bet.
Only now something's different. Something's changed. They can't keep the Herc in line with the Jem'Hadar anymore. And we're all paying the price.
Indeed.
Research Report 8532.38. Our scouts have returned from a wormhole expedition. The solid races on the other side are primitive and unremarkable, save for one. They are called Klingons, and show a singular talent for violence, one that rivals our own Jem'Hadar. Left unchecked, these savage creatures could become dangerous enemies.
Okay, if there's gonna be a different response for Klingon faction, it has to be to this one.
While the Klingons are too willful to subjugate, their genetic material could produce viable cohorts to the Jem'Hadar, or their replacements. We have begun development of a new cadre species, designation Thakiri, using demons from Klingon folklore for inspiration. As with Jem'Hadar, we have bound them to our service with the White. We will test them in combat on the Klingons themselves. Research Report Supplemental Entry 8671.71, Dominion Reckoning. Somehow the Vakari have broken the hold of the White and turned on their rightful masters. Most of our research team were killed. Intelligence reports suggest a union between the Vakari and a Klingon warlord known as Mullah. Perhaps this will lead to a state of mutually assured destruction on Kronos. One can only hope.
The Founders made the Fakiri? That line was already here, right?
So it would seem. Only
yeah, it looks like they didn't change it at all. That's
despite
disappointing.
The use of Ketracel White. Based on what we know about Fakiri, it seems the price they paid for their freedom was insanity. They became the monsters they were based on.
What is this lurking behind me? Oh, it's the Jem'Hadar guy's head at a weird angle. Well, that's disappointing.
Research report 9076.23. Final entry.
It's possible if they did something if your character is Klingon as opposed to faction, but I don't know.
The borrowers have emerged again.
That doesn't seem right to me, because if you're playing Klingon faction, you did the arc fighting the Fikiri.
Rather than counterattack, they went through the wormhole to seek easier prey. Our agents in the other quadrants report that the burrow assault was a sweeping one.
Yeah.
As far as Kronos, hopefully they'll devour every atom of that wretched planet. The burrowers will eventually return to dormancy. Strangely, it appears that some of their forces intend on remaining in the other quadrants. It seems they have a long-term goal: galactic devastation.
The only other thing I can think of,
the problem was getting worse even then.
When you report, there may be a difference in the dialogue.
The Dominion.
Like at the end of the mission, when you report back
they tried to deal with
to your commanders.
And failed. Their arrogance may lead to the end of the Dominion. We need to get this data to the Alliance. All of it. Even the damaged and corrupted files. There has to be information we can use in here.
Agreed.
I'm picking up something on my tricorder. There was a massive power spike on a lower deck. And now I'm reading a large number of systems cycling up. Something's happening down there.
We should investigate
Agreed.
that.
Take your team and Captain Kira down to investigate. I'll remain here and pull as much of the data as possible. We won't get another chance at this.
We won't be gone long.
We must be close to the core. Hope we don't have to leave in a hurry. There's no way our ships can lock onto us down here with transporters.
Not an optimal exit strategy.
Tell me about it. Let's stay focused on the mission. Now that we're closer to the signal, I'm getting better readings on my tricorder. I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure everything that came online down here has some sort of medical purpose.
Is there something else on your mind?
I'm still uncertain about Odo. I need to be sure he's still not a part of all this. The Odo I knew wouldn't have risked Bajor like that. This Odo seems arrogant and reckless, even dangerous.
I mean, presumably we gave that report ages ago.
Well, that answers one question. These are medical stasis pods. Judging by what we heard upstairs, the occupants are...
They are Fikiri.
It gets worse. I'm picking
Oh, hey!
signs
Some
that
slight
some
differences.
stasis pods down here have opened. The Dominion made the Fikiri to kill Klingons. I'm not expecting a warm welcome.
It will be a good day to die. For them.
Worf and Martok need to see this.
Oh, they will. Alright, we got some slight dialogue differences. Yay! Wait, what? How the... Oh.
We've got company, and they don't look friendly. We're lucky there were only a few of them. I don't want to be around if all of these Fikiri wake up. Let's see if we can find some way to keep the rest of these pods from opening.
Very well.
I'm picking up traces of Ketracel white in these tanks. The Dominion probably
The Herc?
manufactured
Yes.
it here to keep the Fakirian away, and took it with them when they left the facility. So, we have a station full of angry Fakiri with no way to pacify them.
We should keep moving. Especially since apparently they found us.
By the prophets.
That is indeed a lot of Fakiri. Oh boy.
More incoming. We need an exit plan. Fast.
Odo to Kira, we're on our way to assist you.
Well, shit. That was unexpected. And fast.
Nerys, are you...
Where'd Sharon go? Oh, she's right there.
I'll manage. Let's get out of here while we can.
Victory is life.
I don't remember fighting some of these really big guys
Every 5 seconds.
when we weren't Klingons. Do you?
I think we've worn out our welcome.
No.
Informs me that a number of unidentified vessels are emerging from hidden bays
No.
throughout the station. To make matters worse,
The fight that gave me trouble before was Herc. These were Fakiri.
As we speak, and I don't need to tell you how that will end. It's time
Fakiri
to
are
leave.
bug monsters. These are more like trolls. Fakiri are more like trolls.
Looks like the Herc followed us down here.
I think those are the things that gave me a lot of trouble. Or a variant thereof. Go! Attack puppy! Save me! Okay, my attack puppy is actually being pretty darn effective. No! Attack puppy!
Keep moving. We're almost there.
Odo, look out!
Hold your fire. I think it's trying to communicate.
Yeah, I don't think either of these was one of those. I think they were bigger than that.
You might be right. Listen.
But it was definitely, like, what little we saw of it was more that body plan than the, like, giant troll guys we were fighting upstairs.
Are you insane?
I'm relieved to see you well. It's fortunate we arrived when we did. A moment later, and that creature would have attacked the Founder.
The situation was under control.
Odo wasn't in any danger, Wayun. That Herc was peaceful. It was trying to communicate with us.
That's your opinion. Mine is that a Founder was in danger of being attacked by a member of an aggressive species. My duty was clear, as is my conscience. We're wasting time here, Captain. The station is on the verge of being overrun by the Herc. If you want to communicate with them some more, you're free to do so, but I recommend we leave immediately.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't want none of this.
Once we return to the upper levels, we will be able to beam up and leave this place. Are you ready to return?
Enemy targets on sensors.
Glad you could join us. As you can see, the situation here has become rather combustible. The Herc I recognize, of course, but our other opponents remain a mystery. Some new type of Dominion attack craft, perhaps?
Not new, old. They're Fakiri.
Fakiri? As in the demonic beasts of Klingon folklore? I'm intrigued. It's not every day one encounters mythic creatures.
I think this line is new, too. Those mythic creatures can fight Cardassian.
I remember Mr. Worf mentioning the Fakiri once. I'm beginning to see why.
Jesus. I am getting my ass wiped. And again, like I said, really bad equipment. It wouldn't... I don't know what was happening to me there, but things that were supposed to work were not responding.
Just as the Fakiri.
I don't know.
Looks like the Fakiri are pursuing the better part of valor. Can't say I blame them. There's a lot of Herc out there.
Indeed.
The Herc seem to be distracted. There's something about the station that's holding their attention. We might be able to take advantage of this.
Are you suggesting we attack? While it's true, we have the advantage, for now. I don't think we'll hold it for long once we start blowing them apart. We have what we came for. If the Herc want to gnaw on an asteroid while we make a hasty exit, I believe we should let them enjoy their meal in peace.
Very well. We'll deal with the Herc later. For now, let's get back so we can analyze the research data we found here. Whenever you're ready.
The Founders never disappoint, do they? I wish I had chosen to join you on the station, but I'm sure it's for the best that I was available to cover your escape. It must have been unsettling.
This paragraph is different.
The Fakiri, or rather, the Fakiri created by the Founders. Who's to say if the mythical Fakiri exist or not? A matter for lore singers, perhaps? I will help Odo repair the corrupted files as best as I can. Hopefully, we can discover our next lead. I'll be in touch once we have more information.
Congratulations, General. You're the only...
Okay. So there were some minor differences, which is nice. I am going to switch back to Jenny. But first, I am going to pee. So, BRB. Well, good news, Zara. There's a break now. Ugh. Yeah, I liked Jenny and her gang. And the Starfire. And the adventures we've had. And my little headcanons about them. Like, it's fun. Thank you. Alright.
Researchers led by my friend Dr. Bashir have isolated several fascinating aspects of Herc biology. I'm told this data provides insight on their native environment, specifically a metallic planetoid orbiting a pulsar within a nebula. There's one system that meets these requirements, Havas Kul in the Gamma Quadrant. I'm going there to investigate along with Captain Kira in the Defiant. Dr. Bashir will accompany us as well. His insight will be critical to the mission's success. The Doctor believes we'll find what we need to end this conflict on Havas Kul. If he's right, and he often is, I'm willing to travel to the heart of enemy territory. Won't you join us?
Huh. Interesting.
Be seeing you.
Before we do that, however, and to give R a little extra time to straighten out his situation, I am going to very quickly do one thing that has been bugging me. While I like that we all have really, god damn, how did you pull off that costume? That is fantastic. Lovu Joe of the Shadow Galactica Corps. Anyway, let's see, where is Garrix? Anyway, what I was starting to say is that while the fuck? Where is it? There should be a bloody... Okay, fine. Where is Garrick's shop? There's the infirmary. And the Klingon restaurant. And this is back where we started, isn't it? Yes. So where did it freaking... God, this happens every time! I just want the bloody Taylor shot. Here it is! Anyway, it has been bugging me that most of my people are purple and orange, but Tome or purple and job color. But tone isn't. So I like that everyone has different styles. Let's give her a little dark purple. And change the gray for dark purplish gray. Yes. That's fine. That's fine as it is. And then for her skirt, same thing with the dark purple. And trade the gray for a dark purple gray. And finally, boots. Much better. Okay, glad to hear it, R. We can continue on to the next mission. Hello? Ah.
I have to say, the survey reports on this system really don't do it justice. A nebula, a pulsar, dark energy, and the Herc homeworld.
I'm not reading any Herc ships on sensors.
Nor I. Isn't that strange? One would think they'd place a heavy guard on their home system. How peculiar. Let's use this opportunity to look around. Quietly, of course.
Agreed. That's not the right voice. Agreed. Agreed. There it is.
We're reading a number of interesting phenomena, despite interference from the nebula. Let's see. Plethora of heavy metallic compounds. And a hotbed of tetryon and thermobaric energy throughout the nebula.
There's a moon nearby. Preliminary scans aren't showing much, but it's just the kind of place the Herc could be using to hide a base. Or a fleet. I'd like to take a closer look.
Let's move in. God damn, is this a good evil space environment.
The pulsar's throwing off a lot of hazardous energy.
And I mean,
Most astute, Captain.
pulsars do have absurd magnetic fields. It makes sense that you'd get something like this if one were surrounded by free-floating particles. Like, I don't know if that's actually good physics, but with my limited understanding, it seems plausible to me.
Scans are showing a lot of bare rock, but no metals or compounds. It's a lot like...
Like it's being completely stripped of anything remotely useful? The calling card of the Herc, if I'm not mistaken. Perhaps we should send down a probe, just to be absolutely sure. There could be some Herc down there, hidden by the nebula's effect on our sensors.
It is indeed. I mean, it's shaped wrong. The light from a pulsar would mostly be coming from columns of plasma being ejected from its poles. But nicely done that they had it pulsing. I'll send a probe then. I'll send a probe
barely
then.
Class D, no metals, complex compounds, liquids, or atmosphere.
The interior is a complex maze of tunnels. Thousands of them.
This matches Herc patterns we've seen elsewhere. They've been here.
The probe is online, transmitting. The science teams are taking a close look at the incoming data, but it doesn't look terribly promising. Shall we forge on? There's a lovely planet nearby, no doubt filled with a bounty of toxic rocks and metallic salts.
Set course for the planet.
Entering scanning range now.
Its astronomic readings are strange. The planet has a highly eccentric orbit. Looks like it collects matter from the nebula as it sweeps around the pulsar, all while being bombarded with radiation. Definitely not habitable by most standards, though it's not quite demon class. An orbital period of several thousand years. That explains the Herc life cycle. They must hibernate while the planet is at the far range of its orbit. This orbit coincides with the previous emergences of the Herc. The 1,000-year cycle explains why they appear suddenly, then vanish just as quickly.
You know, maybe you could be right, R.
We're reading complex structures here, along with power systems and technology. This could be a base of operations for the Herc. It appears to be deserted. Why don't we take a look around? This could be a prime opportunity.
Let's meet on the Defiant. We'll need to make some preparations before we send an away team down there.
I've sent a team down.
What the hell, Siddig?
They're ready for you, but you'll want to put on an EV suit before you beam.
You and your goddamn healing grenades.
Once you're suited up, we'll beam you down to the secure zone. It's just below the planet's surface in a large cavern area.
Oh my god, my inventory is full. So much goddamn catch yourself white. What's that? A shield? Oh yeah, I'm right, I'm to Jenny. Definitely. Oh right, that's the shield that I took off to. Okay. And this I replaced with like throwing knives because what's my worst gun? Way better than 128. Keeping that. Oh my god, so goddamn many garbage things. But garbage things that I can't easily get rid of in a hurry. Okay, that'll do for now. That should be enough to open the box of EV suits. How do these compare? 2.4 energy damage. And they let you space jump. That is better. That is better. Yeah. In other words, these are a total fucking waste, and I hate you. Thought I told you to see. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, that is pretty cute. This chamber appears to be a natural cavern, but readings show unusual energy and a lot of magnetized metals and salts not far from here. Some of the caves near here have a regular structure, like they were dug out rather than naturally occurring. Maybe the Herc have something like an ant hive? Let's check with Kira's away team and see how they're progressing.
I should have a habitation area set up soon. We can replace the reducing atmosphere in this cavern with standard oxy-nitro, and warm things up a bit. Kane's keeping watch, and Weir is looking into other connected areas. We should have a perimeter field up within a few minutes.
Carry on, William.
Reading a lot of background radiation and some wild magnetic fields. It's like the pulsar and the nebula are supercharging the metallic crystal compounds here. The environment's very different from anything we'd consider a habitable planet. Explains why the Herc are so alien. Quite a treasure for a geologist like myself.
Carry on, Ishimura. Oh, that's what I like to see.
Everything's in order here. Define, do you still have a lock on us?
That wasn't an ominous camera angle at all.
Transport. There may be a slight delay due to pulsar emissions.
Yep.
I'm getting something odd on my tricorder.
And us with reduced set bonuses, too, because of the EV suits. What? That was more powerful than usual. Oh, we're doing this. Alright. Gonna need some bump up for this.
Glad you're still with us. Whatever that was must have left you for dead. I'd get moving in case it comes back to make sure. Looks like you're in a series of tunnels that connect to a larger cavern. Garrick and Bashir are close to your position. They're moving into a large open chamber. Try to make your way to them. Be careful. Some of the crystal formations down there are emitting intense amounts of energy. We can't lock onto anyone with transporters, and the others are reporting that directed energy weapons won't work.
Understood, Captain.
This is Bashir. Garrick and I are alive, but we're a little lost.
Aw, even the throwing knives don't work.
Keep moving. You should head up to another chamber.
This is also a pretty darn good environment.
The creature's in a passage near your location. Stay sharp.
Garrick and I are moving into a very large, oblong chamber.
And here I was, hoping those cozy, cramped little tunnels would make...
Looks like the door to the next chamber is locked.
Oh, right, Garrick is claustrophobic. They remembered that.
Those readings you're getting from that crystal node are interesting. It's generating a localized magnetic field. Manipulating that field could cause a response similar to pushing a button or flicking a switch. I wonder, do you think Herc can sense magnetic fields similar to sharks on Earth?
Let's stay on point, Doctor.
Yes, of course. I think you'll find a way to manipulate that magnetic field to open the door. The morphogenic crystals are probably the keys. So look for one nearby that has a similar output to the door node.
I do not like those shadows.
It probably isn't usable. That one's got an odd harmonic. Doesn't seem to match the rest. That's the one you need. Use it to open that door.
I mean, did you just see what the quest log says is next? Use crystal rod on ancient Herc door. What genre does that sound like it came from? Great, they can turn invisible. Oh fuck, I can't do anything except punch it. Oh, I'm supposed to be running.
You can't fight that thing. Run!
Where? Oh god. There, okay. Ow.
There's
Nearly
a deep
dead.
crevice ahead of you. See if you
I'm
can
dead.
get across.
Personal shield losing power.
Is it still following me? Probably is. Okay.
Hazardous energy and anti-gravity ahead. Use your thrusters.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I had
Creatures
those.
turn back. Must not like anti-gravity.
Now what? This is a maze? Doesn't seem like much of a maze. Unless I'm looking for... Oh. Well, I guess now we know what happens if I fall. Okay, so what's that on the ground? That's something I can interact with? No, that's just another flare. So how do I open the fucking door? Or do anything else? Oh.
Slow and steady, don't get lost. Try to head up when you can.
Garrick and I have a breathable atmosphere here. Everyone, try and reach our location.
Williams here. I'm stuck in some kind of tunnel maze. Not sure how to get out.
Ishimura here. My nav
This
system's
one looks
useless.
like technical data.
I'll keep trying to find you all.
None of their starships had weapons until 2,000 years ago. Their first designs were way ahead of most species at that time, though. Huh. How did they go from geniuses to the ravenous eating machines we're dealing with now?
I mean, pretty obviously something to do with Catcher Cell White and the Dominion's meddling.
Kane, report. I just lost crewman Kane's vitals. Weir's comm signal is down, but he's still alive. Keep an eye out.
Oh God. Boy, I sure hope there's a way out of this room. Ah. Okay, wait, which way did I come from? I think this is new.
Bashir and Garrick are just past this chamber.
Maze of twisty little passages. Nice.
We're picking up some interesting tech on sensors. Interesting and old. Very old. Most of it predates the Federation by several centuries. Are you reading those energy patterns on the other side of that opening? They're far more intricate than the others we've seen. We think there's some kind of ship ahead of you. It shows signs of damage. You might be in some sort of dry dock or repair facility. Interesting. There are large gaps in tech level between each section of the facility. It's as if the Herc learn as they hibernate. They wake up with 1,000 years of advancements at hand and get ready to work.
This console looks like it can operate a door here. Aha!
A pleasure to see you. We'll need all the help we can get if we're to leave this world alive. To that end, the good doctor and I have started to make sense
agreed,
of
R.
our surroundings. We seem to be in some sort of Herc command center. From here, we can begin to restore power in critical systems.
Herc technology is driven by electromagnetic manipulation of morphogenic crystals. Doors, life support, everything, even their central computer. If we can find the right crystals, I can bring things back online. We can look for information on Herc biology within their data system. We might even find a cure here. I found a little information. This planet used to be rich in a type of fungus. It thrived in the harshest of environments, even areas high in pulsar radiation. It used to be a staple of the Herc diet until it disappeared from the ecosystem. Without it, the Herc began to suffer from a severe type of malnutrition.
Any guesses what this fungus was used for?
Many of which we've seen firsthand. Based on these readings,
by the Dominion?
Data storage units in the tunnels beyond this chamber. They're the ones by the door with the blue glow rods. One more thing. Some parts of the tunnel still have malfunctioning gravity systems. You should be able to navigate through them, but the energy fields in there will nullify your weapons, so be careful.
I'll get you those storage crystals. Oh god. Oh. Yeah, me too, R.
Let's get out of here before...
William!
Well, the extras are dead. Guess we'll be okay from here. Oh, God! I think it ran. No, it did not. It just went invisible.
It moved away from you and shrouded itself.
Oh, Jesus, and it sent me here, too. You okay, man? What does this accomplish? Is this where the star crystals are? Or what? Seemingly nothing? Except more tunnels. Hi. That sure does look like one of the things I'm looking for, don't it? Let's try it this way. Ooh, that's one of the thingies. I bet.
That's Kane's helmet.
Nope.
I have a feeling we won't find the rest of him.
Yeah, that's not very helpful. Well, I did say I wanted the game to be a little less hand-holdy about puzzles.
Oh, good. You made it. We were about to leave when... No! No!
What's going on? Ishimura's vitals just flatlined.
Enemy targets on sensors. Enemy commander.
It moved away from you and shrouded itself.
Okay.
Send your officer to me so that I...
That covers the first peaceful meeting between the Herc and the Founders over 3,000 years ago.
Wait, what? Oh, the information in the storage crystal. Great. Okay, there's one over there. I can't get over there. No, wait, that's the guy's helmet. I was already here. Dang it. Is there another way here? Or is this a dead end? What's this? Okay. And that gets me back to this room and Liesa, who got wounded some time ago.
It moved away from you and shrouded itself.
Send your officer to me so that I can address any injuries.
Okay. Here we go.
My god. The enzyme the Herc need is a precursor to Ketracel.
Yep. Oh god. Run, 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 wrong way. Run the other way. Run all of the way. No, that's the wrong way. Where is the fall downy place? Phew. Found the fall downy place.
It moved away from you and shrouded itself.
Okay.
One of your officers has arrived here.
Okay, and then there's this room, but we already looked upstairs. We still need one more of these things. Well, here's some... Oh, wait. That's great, but not hugely helpful. Let's try making lots of right turns now instead of left ones and see if it takes us somewhere useful. Or it could take us to a bunch of dead ends. As the case may be. That just activates anti-gravity to take me to the other room. So let's try going up. Moving right. And nope. And no, this is a totally useless dead end? That can't be. There's really nowhere I can go from here? There's really nowhere I can go from here. And I can't go up higher. Alright, let's go through to the purple room. Gotta be missing something, and it's gonna be really obvious when I find it. The fuck is that? That's freaky. Yeah, okay, I'm on a loop now. And I just did the loop again, didn't I? Yes, I did. Oh my god, how do I get back down? Wait.
The Herc tried to synthesize the enzyme they needed for cognition, but failed.
Okay. Alright, I think that was what I needed. And this should lead me back to base, I think. Or not? I really do not like the arbitrary removal of the map. I need that sucker. I am not good at navigating 3D spaces. Okay.
Nicely done. We should be able to translate Herc data files and run a detailed analysis of them at a greatly accelerated rate now. I have a good friend in Starfleet Engineering that would love to spend some time with this technology. The Herc have made some remarkable advances in their time.
Gee, I wonder who that might be.
Ah, the first results are in. Excellent. I have access to a few critical systems, including gravity and power generation. Bringing them online now. That should make things go a little smoother. I'm getting some historical records now. Give me a moment to process it. This is not good. It's a record of the fall of the Herc civilization at the hands of the Dominion. For some reason, the Dominion removed the virus from the ecosystem during the Herc hibernation cycle. Military conquest, most likely. This is what drove the Herc to madness.
It appears we have some uninvited guests.
You're a long way from Zenketh, Admiral.
Yes. To what do we owe the pleasure?
Oh! Plot twist!
Ah, traveling incognito?
One of her many covert identities, I suspect.
This expedition of yours has gone on long enough.
Touched a nerve, have we?
You found a secret I've kept for millennia. Something I've kept from Odo and the Great Link.
The origin of the Herc infestation.
And you're rolling it.
Oh, it was just her.
It's my dream of dominion. Enforcers willing to obey without question. Physically, the Herc were perfect candidates. But their peaceful, free-thinking nature was an obstacle. In studying the Herc biology, I found the key to their loyalty.
The Ketracel precursor?
Yes, I extracted it from their ecosystem. They had no choice. Obey or die.
I take it things didn't go according to plan.
No. They became savage, incoherent, volatile. With each cycle, the swarm grew larger, wilder. My ability to control them diminished. All I could do was point them in the direction of my enemies. I would let them rampage and await their eventual hibernation.
Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
They were a failure, but they provided a gift. Ketracel, the gift that led to a more successful endeavor. The Jem'Hadar.
I think I've heard enough.
Oh yeah,
You were involved
I
in
thought
this
so.
Somehow. You
I
built
thought
an
he was along
empire
here
on
somehow.
slavery, and now it's all falling apart. When the Alliance learns about this...
But they won't. None of you are leaving this world alive.
You would kill another founder?
There were other founders who knew the truth once, like you. They did not want a dominion built on the backs of slaves. They tried to depose me, to expose the truth to the Link. They failed, and paid for their lack of vision.
All of you, against the wall.
Odo, this is getting out of hand.
Stop this now.
No, Odo. This is bigger than you.
And now the monster comes in.
The Dominion must endure.
I'm afraid I can't allow that.
What now?
You've forced my hand. This is a modification of your own Herc lure. As we speak, Every Herc in the Quadrant is homing in on the signal.
And you're calling them here? To their homeworld?
On the contrary, madam. I'm calling them to the Founder homeworld. Your chickens, as the humans say,
Garrick.
coming home to roost.
Insanity! We will...
I don't think that would actually kill her. That might. Where is it? There it is. Shields aren't going to matter much here. So there's no point in bunching up my stuffs. And it's way too fast to hit with some of my other powers. Where did my regular drones go? Oh yeah, I de-equipped them. Oh god! Come on, come on, come on. Stay in one place for just a... Damn it.
I think that's our cue. Now that we have restored operations here, our ships will be able to lock onto us with transporters.
I feel like it is 2R. I'm not a huge fan of it.
You did this? All of you? You killed a god? My god? My beautiful founder. Gone forever. I loved her so. And now you'll pay the price. Guards!
Enough, Wayun. All of you stand down.
No! You betrayed her! And the Dominion! I will carry out her final order!
That founder is no more, Wayun. This founder has given you an order, and you will obey.
No! He is no founder. She was a founder. He is a traitor! Guards! Shoot to kill! All of them!
Belay that order.
What?
We do not serve you, Vorta. Where this founder leads, we will follow.
Thank you, my friend.
Fine. Then I'll do it myself.
Take Wayun into custody and return to our ship.
Garrick is me right now.
To attend to.
Garrick's slow clapping gave... That was amazing. What is he doing? What is he learning?
Tell me, was it part of your plan to draw every Herc in this sector to this system, Garrick? Because if it was, it worked with flying colors. We need to get out of here and fast. Our only hope is to punch a hole through the swarm so we can go to warp.
We're right behind you, Captain.
hold them off. I'll see if I can arrange
This seems like a good time for Delta Squadron, doesn't it? I can't see my mouse! I hate when I can't see my mouse! I don't think it's been an issue since the Dominion War. Not the Dominion War. The Iconian War.
Departed for the Founder homeworld. It will take them some time to reach it, even at maximum warp. We should make the most of that time and bring an end to this madness. The information that the good doctor found should do just that. For now, let's return to our respective fleets and prepare for the next and hopefully final steps of this journey.
Counter proposal. Everything she said was a lie on the off chance that she wasn't able to kill us before any of us got out. It really was the Founders as a whole doing it, not just her. She really is the fall guy. She was not expecting to get killed, though.
Thanks to Garrick, my homeworld is under siege. I realize there's not a lot of love lost to the Founders these days, but if the center of the Dominion falls to the Herc, the rest of the galaxy will soon follow suit. If you're willing to stand with us one last time, assemble your forces and rendezvous with my fleet in the Gamma Quadrant. I hope to see you there before it's too late for all of us.
Okay. To be continued it is.
There's a certain poetic symmetry at play here. The Dominion are about to receive their comeuppance from one of the many species they've abused. Regrettably, the Cardassians have some experience in such matters. Of course, our work is just beginning. We need...
He knows better by now.
For the Herc before before they devastate every system in the quadrant. Hopefully, we can achieve
Odo
this
knows better.
lofty goal before they make a meal of the Dominion. And again, science is often a lengthy, perilous process. I'm certainly glad to put Havas Kul behind me. Small, dark passages are not a passion of mine.
Here's an interesting device that they're giving me.
Empersa, the homeworld of the Founders, is under attack.
It has a name now.
This is our darkest hour. If Empersa falls, the Dominion will come to an end. I'm asking you to join in the defense efforts as soon as you can. A task force will assemble at my fleet's location in the Gamma Quadrant and warp to Empersa from there. Remember, if we fall, the Alpha Quadrant is next. It's time to make a stand. I hope you'll join in the fight.
KWR? Oh my god, you get the emote to do that thing that Odo does. And some kind of a ship set that does morphogenic somethings. Or you can summon Herc to fight for you. Oh.
If you'll excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, every mission here gives you that. Alright, let's discard that, and let's discard these crappy environmental suits. How much am I getting for them anyway? Nothing. Swell. What's this? Oh, somebody's wearing that. Alright, I had the Romulan Navy armor. And I know Turbolik had the stealth armor. Yes, Does anybody have... That looks set-like. Kabali personal shield. No. Nope, no set going on there. Not cool. Anti-org. Okay, no set stuff going on there. Even though... Okay. So none of my people have sets going on. Okay. That's cool. So I guess I can just give them whatever. Alright. Now... Yeah, it is. No, I'm going... This gun... Probably not good. What's my weakest gun? Would be probably Siddigs. And that's 123, and this is 120. Discard. That opens up a little more space. I'm really averse to getting rid of those because there's only one way to get them. They're kind of irreplaceable. I'm not sure why I'm still carrying that, though. Plasma cannon marked 12 critical damage. Oh, because it's a cannon, not a dual cannon. Well, this little bit of space should be enough for one mission, right? Oh, we can get rid of these. Satellite turrets just clutter up space. And that's a blue quality. Okay, that helped. Alright, I am going to go pee, and then we are going to do the final mission of this. What I think is the final mission of this arc? I don't know. Let's see. I assume so. Yes, the final mission in this arc. Back in a few. Ugh. So, something I noticed that I wanted to raise really quickly. The next arc is just the stuff we did as the Discovery character. I forget what they were named. But it's literally just the Discovery arc that we did way back when. So on the bright side, that means probably we can get that awesome code again. Just letting you all know, I think I am going to replay it because I do not have YouTube video footage of playing it the first time. But yeah. Anyway, let's, wait, we're here, aren't we? Oops, wrong way. That reminds me, I have not checked in a while. All my traits are still intact. Good. I should really do some more reputation grinding and get some more of these. This is what I wanted. Right, I mastered pilot. I have 10 unused specialization points? I mastered commando. Really? Don't even remember doing that. What's my secondary? Is strategist. Okay. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go ahead and master strategist. should probably check what all this shit does. Taunts foes into fire range into attacking you and increases your threat generation. Or it placates foes. Oh, placating foes is nice. Yeah, this is stuff that gives you advantages while threatening because they realize that threatening sucks. Yeah, alright. And what did I get for mastering it all? A space skill. Activating brace for impact increases your damage for a short period of time. Does that need to be equipped as a trait? I've already forgotten what it was called. So if it did, too late. Yep. I basically never bother with threatening. Which honestly means strategist is probably not the best secondary for me. And I've got 2 more specialist points to put into something. But first, let's switch to commando as my secondary. I like the symmetry of having a space-only primary and a ground-only secondary. Now let's start working on intelligence officer. No, I didn't want to do that. No! Pilot needs to be my primary. Pilot is best primary. Okay.
Previously on Star Trek.
Okay, so clearly we've hit another season finale.
Is on the verge of collapse. Without your help, the Herc will win the war of attrition. What's happening?
Yes, Garrick, I found your mysterious widget. What is it exactly? It's not your MTech.
I found a similar device on Bejor.
These devices call the Herc, and we put them there.
Oops.
The other founders are hiding things from you.
Odo, look out!
Hold your fire. I think it's trying to communicate.
We can't hold off the Hercs forever.
Alliance forces are spread too thin to help, Quark.
We need the Klingons, brother. Otherwise we're doomed. Sort of.
As promised.
Once again, the House of Quark delivers. Martok will be pleased.
We found a secret kept for millennia.
The origin of the Herc infestation.
And you're rolling it.
The Dominion must endure.
I'm afraid I can't allow that. As we speak, every Herc in the Quadrant is homing in on the signal.
And now the conclusion. I arrived here ahead of you, and I've already engaged the Herc near the planet. You've made your point, Garrick. Deactivate the Herc lure device you placed on the homeworld before this gets out of hand.
Agreed. Bring an end to this. Now.
I'm afraid that's the problem, Ambassador. I deactivated it several minutes ago.
Excuse me?
Then why are the Hercs still attacking? Don't play games with me here, Garrick. I'm warning you.
Counselor.
Perhaps they're still attacking due to a deep hatred of your people. After all, the Founders are directly responsible for their state of mind, body, and soul. I can't say I blame them for...
Enough. Both of you. We don't have time for this. There's bigger problems to deal with here, starting with that swarm of Herc vessels nearby.
The captain makes a good point.
Agreed. My fleet is already engaged near the planet, but Herc reinforcements keep arriving. Try to punch through the swarms so we can join up.
Very well. Helm, take us in.
We may be needing your solution to this problem soon, Doctor.
Yes, it's your favorite. Attacking the fashion.
Has it? Some might argue it's succeeded beyond.
Yay, it's Nog! I have no idea who CSS are. Who the heck are CSS? It's not Cardassian. That's CV. Oh, those aren't actually ships. That's the last group. Ah! Gotcha.
Our ship won't last much longer. We need to deal with the swarm attacking it immediately. Oh my god! Yeah, I think you're right that it's a Synchethiar. Well done. The ship's taken heavy damage, but she'll survive.
Oh, we've bought ourselves some time. Let's hope it's enough. Julian, is your plan ready? It may be our best hope to end things now.
It's as ready as possible, Captain. The challenge of frontier medicine is there is never enough time. I've created a program that will enable the Herc to synthesize the compound they need.
Oh, I love that they're implying frontier medicine is an in-joke between the two of them now.
For them to utilize in mass production. That is the easy part.
And the hard part? What do you need to make this happen?
From what we've learned about the Herc, the best way to make this happen will be to enter the data into one of their core computer systems. It'll need to be a command-level system with fleet-wide override authority. Systems of that caliber are only found on Herc dreadnoughts.
The best defended ships in their fleet.
There's a Herc dreadnought heading toward the planet as we speak. It's slow, so we should be able to intercept it. I recommend we engage that ship and disable it.
Pretty standard mission structure.
We'll need to get a team on board to carry out Julian's plan.
Agreed. Let's make it happen. No, I'm horribly injured.
We did it. The dreadnought's disabled. That ship is still crawling with Herc, though. Make sure your away teams are ready for a fight.
Understood.
I'll send some of my best. Dukan Rex will lead a Jem'Hadar away team, while Loris will assist Dr. Bashir.
Very well.
Right. Let's get the away teams on that dreadnought before it calls for backup.
Agreed.
Loris and I have all we need. We're ready to beam over when you are. We'll need to find their central computer core. Once we're there, I'll begin the override process that will allow us to transmit our data on the cure. When that's done, we can instruct each ship in their fleet to replicate the cure and distribute it to every Herc on board. Of course, we need to reach the command center in one piece to do so.
We'll clear the way.
Enemy life signs ahead. Get ready to fight. Proceed with caution. I'm reading numerous hazards in the area. This section of the ship has taken heavy damage.
Understood. Okay. They seem weaker? Oh, hell. What the fuck is... I think those are the things that were hidden in shadow until now. Yeah, and even that seemed easier. That's not the way we're supposed to go. Oh, but it is. Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Like, they're suddenly much, much weaker than they were. And much more numerous. Here's more of that creepy, liquid Herc tech. Whatever the heck it is, it's really cool. That is true about Odo's Goon Squad. That's a lot of fuckers. Huh. Wait, Tom is dead. Where did Tom go? Tom is inside the wall. That's impressive, Tom. Yeah! You guys are right. I knew they reminded me of something magnety. I couldn't place what. Oh, there's Dr. Bashir.
Excellent work. It's time for Loris and I to finish this. Keep your weapons handy, however. We're breaking into a secure computer system here. The Herc
Oh,
bound to
God.
take defense. Keep them busy while we do our work.
Defend blah 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 for blah 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 time.
I was saving time by inverting the feed now instead of later. I wouldn't even be in Starfleet anymore if it weren't for this Herc nonsense.
Running out of time, Doctor!
Perhaps you know a faster way to translate Herc language and reverse engineer their technology.
I think we did it. Where's Dr. Bashir?
Almost ready here. The system needs the physical samples of the cure for final analysis and processing. Shall I proceed?
I mean, the Vorta are kind of a species of pointy-haired bosses. Make it happen, Doctor. Are you kidding me?
Are you insane, Weyoun? That was our last
He's
hope.
alive?
How is this possible? You
Oh.
were in prison!
I was liberated by those who still serve the true founders. Not everyone is a traitor to the Dominion, after all.
There is only one traitor here, Weyoun. It's time you paid the price for your treachery.
Pathetic. You can't even kill someone properly. allow me to instruct you. You, Jem'Hadar, make yourself useful. Kill them. Giving you an order. Open fire! Kill them, now!
I think not.
He's gone.
And not a moment too soon.
Bashir to command. Everyone, we have a problem.
Yeah. Not clear what do now. I was expecting the backpack to be Odo again, too. I was not expecting Wei Yun to shoot
That Herc
it.
fleet is about to attack our position. We need to give the doctor the time he needs to transmit data on the cure.
I suspect Wei Yun may have a, yeah. None of my attacks are getting through, are they? God damn Necrid hives and their weird-ass random immunities. Klingons showing up to help?
Well,
nope. Ferengi.
Brilliant observation, Quark. What do you want?
Forgive my brother, Odo. We're here to help.
The Ferengi cavalry? I thought I'd seen everything.
Oh, the best is yet to come, Odo. Say hello to my dangerous friends.
Now the Klingons. Yes?
Well, Quark, we're waiting.
Rom, where are they?
Lose something? Like your nerve, perhaps?
Long ago, Takuvma, the Unforgettable, lit the beacon of Kahless to restore glory to the Empire. Today, a new torchbearer, Worf, son of Moog, does the same. United, we now go to fight the enemy of our ancestors. Today, we will fight the Herc. I now hold the weapon they fear most. The Sword of Kahless has been returned to us. Join me now.
The Sword of Kahless is going to have the solution
Show
somehow.
the Herc what it truly means to be Klingon. For Kahless, for the Empire, Kapla!
God damn this thing and its stupid rotating. Finally! Oops, wrong thing.
The arrival of the Klingons has given us more time in space, but the situation on the surface is dire. Herc's forces are breaking the Jem'Hadar defense lines. We need to do what we can to help. I'm beaming directly to the Great Link to aid my people.
Agreed.
The time has come.
Yeah, but it already wasn't when the Kahless clone had it.
We will not allow it. We will stand against them, as Kahless once stood, defiant and proud. Fight well, and if need be, die well. Kapla!
Let's finish this. I guess? Not 100% clear what we're doing down here, but...
Whom do we seek? Kahless! How do we find him? Together! Kahless, give us light to see forever! Will he hide from us always? Never!
It's worse than we thought. Most of the Jem'Hadar lines have been broken. Even the Great Link is in danger. I'm going to coordinate our defenses at the Link. Meet me there.
Good luck, Ambassador.
We'll meet you there as soon as we can. And Odo, be careful.
Let's go.
The Jem'Hadar have come to our aid. Now, we will return the favor.
Let's hope we're not too late. Anyway, I never interpreted that episode as the sword had any kind of supernatural power. It was just the political power it represented was too much for those characters. You know? That was the issue. Rather than anything magical going on. Well, with Martok, we have someone who literally already was leader of the Klingons. Which is essentially what the sword gives you. So it doesn't really represent that much temptation for him. Or Kahless himself is Sauron and that Iconian saved the galaxy. Also plausible. There was some severed limbs involved.
Good. There are many Herc between us and the Great Link. we go there now to reclaim our lives, we are already dead.
Yes, yes, victory is life.
Die as I live.
We won't last long out in the open like this.
Odo to Kira. We're fortifying our position near the Great Link.
Understood. We're on our way.
Okay, I think that's just a glitch.
I must confess my surprise at seeing you here, on this
It does, R.
world of the gods. Truly, we are living in strange times. You'll forgive my boldness, but there are still founders under attack nearby. Can I count on you to aid them and destroy the wretched creatures who would do them harm?
Yeah, okay.
This changeling's losing morphogenic matrix stability. There are more friendly life signs nearby. We should do what we can for them.
Understood. I rather suspect that the sword, or more accurately, Martok's return to politics, does. Couple that with an ancient Klingon leader from the last time they fought the Federation suddenly showing up. Time travel-y. And, yeah. That sounds like a recipe to civil war for me. To me. Okay. There's something back in here.
this some sort of solid invasion?
I cannot see a goddamn thing! I am dead. Help, please. Someone. Thank you. And I shall do the same for Coma Turbolic. And where's Siddig? This is the correct direction for Siddig. Nope, went too far. Oh, he's there. Hopefully this is close enough. It is! And that just leaves figuring out where Tone went. The fuck are you, Tone? Oh, there you are. Someone already got you. Did they? No. What is happening right now? This is the weirdest goddamn bug. Do I have anything that attacks an area? Yes, I do. Yeah, that's a good point, Fruit Bat. Oh, there you are.
You made it. Good. We're going to need all the help we can get here. It looks like the Herc are focusing their attacks on the link. I've called for reinforcements, but most of our lines have been overrun. We're going to make a stand here and hope the Doctor's plan is successful. If not, if we fail, this may be the day the Dominion dies.
Alright, we'll make our stand here, now.
Please tell me you have more Jem'Hadar.
The call's been sent, but they may not arrive in time.
We'll do what we can with what we have, then.
As always, until the end.
I'm not sure I like the way you said that, Odo.
Nerys, if we don't make it...
No, now is not the time for this discussion.
Look around. There may not be a better time.
And I understand what you do.
You do? Then you know how sorry I am for everything.
Yes.
I know. I feel the same.
Something's happening. Oh shit, those are my own party members in this cutscene.
Nerys, are you hurt?
It's just a scratch. I'm fine. We're losing ground here, Odo. Keep fighting.
It would indeed,
We
R.
can't hold this position much longer.
That's Jem'Hadar, for we're about to die, Doctor. Are you ready?
Not without the Ketracell components needed for the cure.
Ketracell. Yes.
Victory
Wait! Stop!
is life.
Thought so. Aww. We don't know how the Ketracell is metabolized.
It seems the battle is over, but how? What happened up there, Doctor?
I believe Dukan Rex realized that his own body contained the Ketracell material I needed to finalize the cure.
Like, it could be in a form that Bashir could use to convert into a whatever that would cure the Hurk. Doesn't necessarily mean it would cure the Hurk on its own.
Their forces are withdrawing as we speak. It's over, Odo. I won't say we've won.
Then why are they still bombing us? Indeed, and at great cost. Admiral, we have received orders from Alliance Command. We're to report to Deep Space Nine as soon as possible for debriefing. You ready to return to the Alpha Quadrant? Yes. Yes. Yes, I am.
There was nothing I could do for him on the Hurk Dreadnought. The Ketracell extraction process was too devastating. Odo, You treated him like a son when we first found him on DS9, and I'm truly sorry.
Wait, is this... It can't be. Jem'Hadar don't live that long. Can't be.
He didn't even have a name when he left us. I'll make
This
sure
is that Jem'Hadar?
Is never forgotten.
Holy crap, he'd be like 35, 40. That's really old for a Jem'Hadar. That's true, R. But it was a lot of Ketracel.
All he wanted to do was fight. Didn't matter who. When he left, I thought I'd never see him again. Or if I did, it'd be as enemies. The man I met years later still knew how to fight, but his reasons for doing so had changed dramatically. I'm proud to have known him. I wish I could have done more in the end.
That's true, R. You made a difference in his life.
I suppose you're right. I believe Captain Kira was looking for you. She was at the Temple of the Prophets last I checked. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to pay my respects. We'll talk more later.
Very well. I'm sorry for your loss.
And here we are, once again. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it?
Indeed. What's next for you, Captain?
Funny you should mention that. After we got back, Starfleet Command offered me a number of postings, even the center chair on one of those shiny new cruisers. Tempting. But I chose to join the command staff here on DS9. Bajor and the Celestial Temple mean a lot to me, and this station is a good place to keep them both safe.
That makes sense. She's never been much of an explorer. True, it's also close to our mutual friend in the Gamma Quadrant.
Subtle, but you're not wrong. Odo and I have a lot to work out before we're back to where we were, but we've taken a few good steps in that direction. I think it'll work out. Eventually. He's a hard man to read sometimes.
Also true. Until next time, Captain. I like the idea of her being station commander. It just makes sense. It's how it should have been.
It is good to see you once more. I was hoping we'd have a moment to speak on an important matter before your duties take you back to the stars.
What's on your mind, Eminence?
My thoughts often return to the Orb of Peace. It was no coincidence that it was found in the Gamma Quadrant, in the midst of two warring tribes. I believe it to be a message from the prophets, one of guidance in troubled times.
I trust your expertise on such matters.
Now that the conflict with the Herc has ended, I feel it's time to explore this omen more thoroughly. The recent vision experience
I guess
Loris is truly
the game assumed I would talk to Loris
the
first.
prophets would speak to Avorta. Again, this is no coincidence. Simply put, I believe the orb is meant to broker a lasting peace between the people of our quadrants and the Dominion.
I mean, they were part of the Temporal Accords in that plotline in the 29th century. I hope you're right, Eminence.
Hello again, my friend. It pleases me to see you. I have interesting news.
I hope it doesn't involve the Herc.
Thankfully, no. Rather, it involves the Orb of Peace that you returned with Kaiopaka. It has spoken to me. I've been exploring the meaning of that experience with the Kai and Captain Kira. They are, after all, experts on such matters. While we all find it curious that an Orb of the Prophets would speak to Avorta, we also agree it would be foolish to ignore it.
What of your service to the Dominion?
With the blessings of Founder Odo, I have been transferred to this quadrant to continue my studies of the Orb and the Prophets. I shall also serve as Founder Odo's representative here. Diplomacy is my specialty, after all. I'm sure we'll be seeing one another again. May the blessings of the Founders and the Prophets be yours.
Glad to hear it. See you around then.
Thank you for coming to visit. After all we've been through, It means a lot to have friends, even if it reminds me of the ones we miss. Speaking of reunions, I think General Martok is leading the charge against the Bloodwine at Quark's. I'm sure he'd want to congratulate you on another glorious victory. May the prophets watch over you.
And you, Captain.
We'll be here at DS9 until my ship is repaired. Fortunately, I have exclusive rights to the holosim of the battle. The sales of that alone will cover the cost of repairs, and then some. Some days, it's good to be the Grand Nagus.
I can only imagine.
I don't like to think about how close to disaster we were, though. Fortunately, there were people like you out there to bring us all back from the brink. All those adventures. You've got quite a story to tell. That reminds me. Have you ever considered making a holobiography? I think your life story would be quite popular and profitable. I'll make you a very generous offer and cut you in on a share of the profits, say 25%.
Of course he did. Interesting offer, but I must decline.
Search yourself. The offer still stands if you change your mind.
Thank you, Grand Nagus.
Oh, I'm so glad to see this come to an end. But not as glad as everyone back on Ferenginar. It's a celebration of Rule 35
Rom is pretty great.
no one's ever seen before. I mean, peace may be good for business, but things are really getting out of hand.
How so?
When word got out that the Gamma Quadrant was open for business, the new Latinum rush was on. Open borders and free trade policies? My husband was practically weeping with joy. Oh, poor Odo. He thought he had his hands full with Quark on DS9. Now, he's gonna have an entire quadrant full of Ferengi to deal with.
I'm sure he'll rise to the challenge.
Welcome back. Seeing as this is a private party and I'm in an unusually generous mood, you'll be getting the VIP discount on your drinks tonight.
You mean they're not on the house?
Did you take a hit to the head in that fight? I'm in a good mood. Not insane. Half off. Take it or leave it.
Fair enough. Cheers.
That's more like it. Don't take it personally. You could be Odo. His drinks, 50% markup.
So, about the sort of Kalis.
Not much to tell, really. Lex saw the error of his ways and gave it back. Then I had Grilka let Martok and Worf know we'd recovered their precious relic. A quick handoff later, and the Klingons were off to war. Rom and I tagged along, mainly to see the look on Odo's face when I rode in with the cavalry. That was priceless. If I die tomorrow, I'll go to the Exchequer with a smile on my face.
I'm sure. And you didn't make a profit on that job.
Who do you think you're talking to? Nog? Unlike the Federation, the Klingons know the value of Latinum. I'm thinking of spending my cut on a smaller moon to orbit the one I already have. I might even name it Odo.
You're living dangerously, Quark. Good luck.
Can I get you something?
I'm fine for now.
We need to stop running into each other when the fate of the galaxy is on the line. I'd be fine with drinks here at Uncle's bar, or some baseball on the holodeck. That said, I can't think of too many people I'd trust when everything's on the line. Glad you were here for this.
Likewise. What's next for you?
Starfleet's assigned the Chimera to peacekeeping duty in Herc space. We'll be working with the Joint Task Force to help the Herc get back on their feet again as well. There's a lot to be done, but we want to help them rejoin the galactic community.
That's quite the task.
It is, but my crew is up for the challenge. They're some of Starfleet's best. Take care of yourself out there. Don't be a stranger.
Same to you, Captain.
A hard-fought battle and a well-earned victory. And yet, we almost missed it. Our fleet would have never left the Empire if it weren't for the sword's return. Grilka tells me her former mate, Quark had something to do with that. The sacred blade of Kalis, returned to the Empire by a Ferengi. Madness!
Her current mate played a part as well.
Yes, it was Worf's idea to ignite the beacon of Kalis. A bold move, but it paid off. Only a coward could refuse such a call to arms.
Indeed.
The legend of Kalis is stronger than ever. It would not surprise me if the High Council moved to create a new clone of the Emperor. There is...
Okay, that's clearly going to be something in the next arc. True. Until next time, General.
I am forever indebted to you. Without your efforts, I would walk the path of exile for the rest of my days. Now, I will help make amends for all that has happened during Zencast's terrible crusade.
Make the most of the opportunity, Captain.
Interesting. There's a message from Garrick on my monitor here. Text only. He wants you to meet him at his old tailor shop. Maybe he's had enough of politics and wants to get back in the fashion game. Probably more profitable in the long run, and easier on the nerves.
That seems unlikely.
I wouldn't keep him waiting if I were you. He looks for secrets.
Neth is pretty great, but
he's not the person you want looking around in your business.
Really love Garrick and Kira from Deep Space Nine days. Kira wasn't that impressive in this, but Garrick still was Garrick. Sounds like I should see what he wants. Oh, you're actually going to tell me where his fucking hidden, impossible-to-find shop is. Kumarki?
The conflict may be over, but there's still plenty of work to be done.
Oh, right, because they're really good with protomatter.
And they've accepted. Dr. Bashir will be working with us on this.
They could Genesis device the place.
No Herc will go without nourishment again.
An honorable goal.
Some time ago, I hoped for a path to peaceful resolution to our troubles with the Herc. I'm happy to be part of such a solution, at last. Thank you for your efforts in getting us all to this point. To peace.
You're welcome. Safe travels, Captain.
Thank you for meeting me here. Strangely, I find it easy to center myself in this shop. Even relax.
Memories of a simpler time in your life?
Quite so. Cardassia is about to begin a new journey, as it were, and I'll be going along for the ride.
Sounds exciting.
Oh, it is. Cardassia has been offered membership in the Alliance, and we've accepted. Our seat at the table was hard-earned, but we're ready and grateful to join the ongoing efforts. Officer exchange programs have already begun. In fact, I suspect you'll be seeing more Cardassian faces in the future. I hope you show them the same courtesy as you've shown me in our shared adventures.
Of course. And where will you be during all this?
Oh, I'll be spending time on Earth, Kronos, and New Romulus. The life of an ambassador is never dull, after all. Someone needs to make sure the Alliance doesn't forget about Cardassia, and I suppose that someone is me. I'll be sure to follow your exploits, of course. They'll be far more entertaining than economic forecasts and state functions, to be sure.
Thanks, I think.
I believe our fearless leaders would like to have a word with you next.
I won't ask how you know that. Be seeing you.
There have been some significant diplomatic events since your return from the Gamma Quadrant. First, the Dominion is joining the Alliance. Having them as allies will take some getting used to, but the opportunity was too great to ignore.
Agreed.
As a condition to joining the Alliance, we requested that the Founders take steps to free the Jem'Hadar from their addiction to Ketracel White. I'm happy to say that Ambassador Odo is inclined to comply.
That's got a lot of story possibilities.
It will make things interesting.
But it's also
to be sure.
really dangerous ground.
It's been a long time coming. The Jem'Hadar should be able to live their lives freely.
It's a risk, but one worth taking.
The Havas Cool sector has been designated as independent from the Dominion, and a Herc neutral zone has been established around it. The Empire will join the Federation and the Republic in keeping the peace between the Dominion and the Herc. We have experience in enforcing a neutral zone after all.
Indeed.
Martok's use of the beacon and the return of the blade has led to a renewed interest in Kahless throughout the Empire. Some say that Martok stands with honor next to great heroes like Tukuvma, Vok, L'Rell, and Kang. As if getting along with a stubborn old Targ wasn't difficult enough, his ego will be larger than Mount Hamar at this rate. It is fortunate that Martok has little in the way of political aspirations.
Okay.
Otherwise, I may need to kill him. Again.
Both of you make the Empire stronger, Chancellor. Yeah, I do too, Fruit Bat.
I have initiated a dialogue between the Dominion and the Karema. In light of recent events, I feel it is imperative that their conflict is resolved peacefully. Whether that results in an independent Karema or not remains to be seen, but I shall endeavor to help them reach a result that is beneficial for both parties.
It's going to be a challenge, Proconsul.
Things are finally settling down around here. Well, as much as it ever settles down, that is.
I mean, Deep Space Nine had the strongest characterization of any Trek, and they're clearly trying to do some of that here. Which detail was that, R? Whether they are independent or not? You're still in uniform, Doctor.
Well, there's a lot to be done with the Herc, and being part of Starfleet will help me make things happen in that regard. When I'm not here, I'll be working with the Lucari and the crew of the USS Aventine to help the Herc get back on their feet.
Yeah, the Aventine is Dax's ship. He did, R. Oh. Yeah, it is. But breakaway piece of a powerful empire might speak to him in some ways. Havas Cool's a long way from home for you.
Indeed, but I happen to be married
Oh.
to the captain of the Aventine.
I don't remember if we knew that.
You know, too bad. The kids won't be joining us until Kumake and her team restore Havas Cool to a more habitable state, however. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. But until then, be safe out there. Doctor's orders.
The Dominion is about to go through a number of changes, liberating the Jem'Hadar from the White, phasing out the Founder's benevolent dictatorship, establishing a safe haven for the Herc. Needless to say, I'm going to be very busy for quite some time.
Not all of those changes will be popular.
No. There are still a number of Founders within the Great Link who will be very resistant to change. I'd like to think they're outnumbered by those willing to take a more democratic approach, however. The last thing anyone needs is a Dominion civil war.
Agreed.
Also, not all of the Herc were cured. We'll be dealing with,
and that's how they make an excuse for
I hope we
various
can call on you in the future
game
if we run
events.
into that special kind of trouble you have a talent for dealing with. Oh, and speaking of trouble, you might keep an eye on Quark. That little act of heroism with the sword of Kahless will make him bolder than ever.
I'll do what I can, Constable.
The future of the Dominion is uncertain for the first time in many years. Without the Founder and her unbreakable will at the center of it all, the Gamma Quadrant will undoubtedly go through a great deal of
I don't like
change.
that
I'll do what I
particular
can to
plot
maintain
element.
order and keep the peace, but it's going to be challenging, to say the least. For now, what matters to me is that you fought for the Dominion when we needed it the most. I won't forget that. And thanks to the Great Link, neither will the Founders. Thank you. I hope we meet again under much better circumstances. If you'll excuse me.
Yeah, I don't like...
Jalon True, I've contacted you to...
Shut up to 10. Been a while since I've said that. I don't like the plot beat of having the Founder be like the sole villain behind the evil of the Dominion. That one Founder, you know? I liked them as a different way of doing a shadow archetype to the Federation. And this kind of really undermines that. Like, them eventually coming around to peace and all of that is great, but there was one really bad Founder behind it all. Just doesn't work for me. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop there for the night. This seems like a good place, what with finishing the arc and all. So, hope y'all enjoyed this, and I'll see y'all next time. Starting next week, and going forward, for a while, we're going to be doing this on Thursdays instead of Mondays. I have a Monday class this coming semester, and so I need to start doing it Thursdays. So I'll see y'all next Thursday. Bye.